Race is a theory with no foundation in science. It was invented in the 18th century with a means of appliance. But unlike most history, which we seem to put behind us, 300 years later, we still use race to define us. It's an ideology so ingrained that it lasts. It's the reason we all pass judgment so fast. All of its contents are just hangovers from the past, but it's the reason that when you look at me, you think that I'm half caste, not realizing that caste is a term derived from an Indian society, one which used colour of skin as the determinant of hierarchy. Yet we all still throw around terms like lighty and darky, not realizing the culture that we're glamorizing. Because as soon as you start attaching characteristics to power dynamics, you create something far more sadistic than social semantics, because the uses of race are far from pedantic. It's the reason Europeans could sell slaves across the Atlantic. You see, race is a bit like gender. It's assigned to you at birth, attached with preconceived ideas before you've had a chance to learn. Long before you've had a chance to speak out and be heard, the colour of your skin has already determined your worth. That's why race was solidified and lawful. It was invented by governments to justify oppression and slaughter. They invented identities so important that men died and fought for, but the race that you think that you are is as fictional as mortal. But they say, racism, that's ancient. That's as solid as stone. After all, you can trace its roots back as far as the founding fathers of Rome. Herodotus called black people barbarians because of their tone, and his ideas were then used to go out and colonize their home. And you think after a couple thousand years, race wouldn't still have us on our knees, yet we're all still picking up ethnicity from those drop-down categories. Whilst I'm sitting there scratching my bean thinking, which one of these races best describes me? I mean, am I black, am I white, am I half Caucasian? You go back far enough, man, I might even be Asian. Ticking that little mixed race box takes all of my patience, because I'm sick of the lack of individualization. Because I don't know what they want me to know or where they want me to go. I'm British to the bone, this nation's where I call home, but they want me to pretend like I'm Caribbean born and grown, and yeah, I'm proud of my roots. But to be honest, I don't even know. I don't know what it means to be called Negro, like my grandparents were. Nor do I know what it was like growing up white in 18th century Manchester. I've got two lines of heritage, but neither side defines me, but now I'm supposed to be content with people calling me a lighty. But you see, that's what race does to a society. It's a pseudo-scientific attempt to extinguish variety, and when I say this shit, people look at me like I'm a pariah. Please, I'm just explaining that you're a victim of an ideology. Divide and conquer. Now that's as old as theology, but as soon as you start believing that race is part of biology, you buy into the mantra which preaches inequality. Because race is a figment of your imagination. And everything you think a race is a symptom of colonization. Race honestly has not much to do with skin color or pigmentation, but we haven't woken up to that yet. We need that realization. Thank you.